Significant other, the art of choosing and growing well. Introduction, the weight of significance. We call them our significant other. But have you ever stopped to ask, what exactly is the significance they bring to your growth, and what significance are you bringing to theirs? You're listening to Influence by RCL, a collection of thoughts, reflections, and experiences. I'm Rolly Lawas, and today we're diving deep into the romance spoke of our will, how to find out if your relationship is helping you spin or keeping you stationary. Our significant other can be a spouse, a boyfriend, girlfriend, or a partner whom we share romantic relationship with. The significant other spoke in our will is often the one that either stabilizes the whole will or causes the most friction in the other areas like career, money, health, or personal growth. Now think about the term we use most often to the person we love, our significant other. It's a heavy title, isn't it? But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, what exactly is the significance they are bringing to your life right now? Are they the wind beneath your wings? Or they are the anchor holding you back from the other spokes of your will? Even more importantly, what significance are you bringing to their evolution? In the wheel of life, the romance spoke isn't just about having a partner. It's about the energy that the partnership creates. The foundation. The secret of choosing well. In 2002, I attended a management development program at the Asian Institute of Management, and I had classmates from different companies, both domestic and international. One of our classmates shared an interesting article via our group email, a very nice read about partners and marriages, authored by a former student at the Ateneo de Manila University then, named Eduardo Jose E. Calasanz, who submitted the same as a required essay paper for graduation in his philosophy class. The article was interestingly nice and has well-meaning points to ponder. To answer the question on what significance either of you brings to each other, I find Eduardo's points interestingly beautiful and appropriately in alignment with my thoughts on this spoke of the will, and which I will use and articulate some points I agree with, to reflect and give personal stories to share. He said, "Central secret to a successful, loving, and transformative long-term partnership or marriage is in choosing well." I agree 101%. I believe that choosing well is key to everything that begins well and therefore ends well. Choosing well is fundamentally about compatibility with each other in more ways than one. It's more than just choosing good people or choosing based on sexual attraction, which many experience. Even two good people can create a bad relationship if they lack harmony and compatibility with each other. And sexual attraction often blinds people to the small details that cause relationships to succeed or fail. It also has a tendency to quickly fizzle out over time from that initial salvo, unless nourished with other compatibility enablers. What can validate a perfect and safe choice comes from those who started out as friends before they realize there is attraction with each other and decide to move the relationship to a higher level of commitment. By being friends first, they are able to experience and get to know each other's likes, dislikes, goals and passion, fears, view of the world, what makes them laugh, sing and cry. Most importantly, They see each other's best and worst times and how they manage and cope with those. And this is the important part, to decide if they can live with them, knowing what they know, the unvarnished truth of the other person. All of our 3 children are married, and my wife and I have seen the choices they made to hold and cherish for the rest of their lives. Our youngest son, Josel, tied a knot with Combs, who was his junior and part of the circle of friends back in his high school days. They were a solid group of friends, boys and girls back then, till now, that they are men and women. Josel and Combs started as friends, decided to move the relationship to a more serious one, while remaining friends, having times to discover and know more about each other. They went through a process of discovery of each other and themselves using time, nothing hectic but patiently. They became each other's best friends, confidant, supporter, and on the 9th year of their relationship, Josel decided it's time to be on his knees and ask Combs, "Will you marry me?" It was a well-arranged event with their friends knowing, except Combs of course, in a resort setting. He invited us and her parents in secrecy to be there to witness the special moment of proposing. Combs didn't see it coming. In fact, she was already uneasy, waiting for 9 years. It was a dramatic but profoundly joyful moment for Josel and Combs, and we, parents and friends, all celebrated that moment of truth with them. What followed was the formalities, and the wedding was set a year after, exactly on their 10th year of relationship, as their first day as husband and wife. How beautiful it was knowing that they not only choose a good person, but a partner and best friend, tested through time. Compatibility enablers, humor and outward respect. So other than the friendship route, what does it mean to choose based on compatibility? Humor and laughter attracts people. In a relationship, it indicates how much you will enjoy each other's presence and company over time, through good times and challenging times. Laughter and humor are considered the best medicine. It enables you to face difficulties and challenges much better. Laugh at your mistakes to lighten up, and if it works for both of you, the relationships will never go ill and out of sync. You can always surprise each other, and therefore, you both can keep the world around you always new and exciting. There was a big age gap between my father and my mother. It was a May-December union and marriage. By the time I started school, my father was already retired. While growing up, I witnessed my father's strong sense of humor. He often cracked jokes and embedded them in those stories he shared. He made my mother laugh a lot, and he never made her cry. Next, choose a partner who deals with the world in a way you respect. This is a profound realization because it moves the relationship from a private bubble into the real world. In the earliest stages of romance, we are often obsessed with how our partner treats us. But as time goes on, the way they treat the waiter, their boss, the household helpers, or a crisis becomes the true measure of their character. Respecting each other's view and perspective of the world around you is essential. As the relationship ages, understanding how similar or different you and your partner deals with the outside world becomes important. When you watch your partner interact with the world, you are seeing their unfiltered values in action. Eventually, you can't unsee it. You must be able to respect the way your partner treats people and circumstances. Otherwise, the differences will cause you to eventually lose respect for each other. To love someone long term, you have to be proud of the person they are when you aren't even in the room. My wife and I have been married for 45 years, and we have lived through good times and not so good times. But we managed to stay together all these years and celebrate the wonder of family we have. One of the best qualities that I admire and very proud about my wife is her being a selfless, generous leader. Her kindness, compassion, and generosity shine. Family, friends, relatives, household help people are treated with respect and dignity. She shares. She gives. She helps. She cares. She remembers. She can willingly put herself last, and that is why I love her for the unique, wonderful gem she is to me. And to them and me, she is a very special person. The highest level, guardians of the soul. Is your partner the curator of your dreams or the critic of them? Does your heart feel fed when you come home, or do you find yourself shrinking your vision just to fit into the room? This aspect touches the highest level of the significant other spoke, the transition from being a partner to being a guardian of the soul. While the outside world respect we discussed is about character, the nourishment of the heart is about recognition. It is the ability to see the parts of your partner that the rest of the world might overlook or even discourage. Every person carries a North Star, a vision of what a meaningful life looks like. There is a shared compass. If your vision is to live a life of adventure, but your partner's vision is rooted purely in security, your hearts will eventually starve. There is active nourishment. Nourishing a vision means saying, I see the mountain you are trying to climb, and I am here to help you pack the bag, even if that mountain has nothing to do with the partner's own personal goals. Jess and Mark were classmates when they were at elementary grade 5 and then separated. 10 years later, they unexpectedly bumped into each other in Makati, both already working and both in IT work career. Jess moved to work in Singapore and they continued to keep in touch via Facebook. Mark surprised her in Singapore with the help of her friends, and shortly they became. It was a short engagement as he surprised her again with a heartfelt proposal in their trip to Europe, together with her sister and boyfriend. I guess the memories of each other when they were classmates at grade school 10 years before for a year may have been unforgettable and provided an indelible mark. It seemed all along they both knew they were for each other. What is uniquely special about them as a couple is the active nourishment of each other's heart's desire, each other's North Star. Mark and Jess are able to nourish the unchangeable parts of their hearts and private commitments to a vision of life. They are one together, supporting what the other desires without qualms. Yet each is a unique person with their own dreams and goals. Two separate beings remain separate but also become one, where love and ambition can coexist in harmony. They are always together, one beside the other, a true partnership that has achieved the gift of freedom, from which flows all other gifts. The miracle of transformation, precondition of choosing well. The journey of the significant other spoke doesn't end with the wedding vows. If partners choose well, inevitably, marriage enables a miracle called transformation, where a slow growth by so-called 1,000 touches of love happens. Transformation only happens if the touches are actually touches of love. This transformation is an expansion of awareness, not a closure, where two separate beings remain separate, but also become one, where love and ambition can coexist. Kat and Igor were colleagues at work in Australia, and that was where fate started them with friendship. They were from different countries of origin, with different culture and beliefs. Igor was conservative, and has seen Kat to be different from other women. Fun, with sense of humor, simple, smart, and good work ethics. They fall for each other eventually, and spend 10 years of mutual adaptation, both learning that love is a process of becoming perfect for each other. In those 10 years, each were transformed by the love, laughter, and respect they experienced within the relationship. She learned and adapted to what is important to him, and he likewise learned and changed to what pleases her. With touches of love, they became perfect for each other, and they too made the decision to finally walk the aisle for marriage vows on their 10th year anniversary of being in love. Conclusion and key takeaways. My key takeaways for this final spoke in the wheel are embedded in those beautiful love stories that highlighted the key concepts I articulated in The Art of Choosing and Growing Well as follows. The Stranger Test. If you had to describe your partner's character to a stranger, would you talk about how they treat you? Or would you brag about how they treat the world? Your answer reveals the depth of your respect for their character. Friendship as a safety net. Before elevating a relationship, ensure you have seen your partner's worst times and know with certainty that you can live with them till death do you part. The active nourishment. Check your partner's North Star. Are you helping them pack their bags? Or are you asking them to shrink their vision to fit into your room? Lastly, the power of small gestures. Remember that transformation is the result of those 1,000 touches of love. It is the daily, selfless acts to be the perfect partner to the other that turn a partnership into a sanctuary. This episode completes the 8 key areas in the Wheel of Life. I believe I have provided you valuable insights to help you make a holistic view of your life through the lens of these key areas and how to balance them to have a smoother life journey. Kindly like and share to others, to those you know whom I may never meet. This has been Influenced by RCL. I'm Rolly Lawas, wishing you a life of purpose, balance, and success. Until next time for another series. Good day ahead.